and caused an injury. And the motives behind doing away with the jury system are to prevent you, as citizens, from having that remedy. Now, as a trial judge, my ability to stop this erosion would be limited. But you, as citizens, should be on guard for that, because basically your freedom is at stake, and if they can do it in civil cases, they can try to do it in criminal cases.
Juries are very, very important. There's absolutely no reason why I would have anything to cut down on a jury. Obviously, the law is the law, and we have to follow it. We deal with matters of law, matters of fact. Matters of law are handled by judges, matters of fact are handled by juries. Obviously, that changes. As Mr. Zimmerstrad stated earlier, there's some major changes going on dealing with the impairment issues involving vehicle accidents. Those are all things that are going to affect us, but we have a decision on that? No, we don't. As circuit court judge or district court judge, we have to follow the law. Are juries important? Very important. A lot of times it comes down to, in district court, it comes down to cost sometimes. They don't want to pay that extra $80 or whatever it is. However, it is very important. I would stress it, and as far as I'm concerned, it is very important that people look at that as their civil duty, their civic duty to be on a jury, because it's very important. We need a cross-section. Thank you.
The difference between criminal cases and civil cases, in criminal cases, of course, you're guaranteed the attorney. In civil cases, of course, you can go out and hire someone, call me free, and get your lawyer, right? I have no objection whatsoever in the civil area to a judge taking over a case instead of a jury, so long as the attorneys agree to it, and because it's going to be handled by mediation and arbitration anyway. I have a brother who's a circuit judge up in Detroit who does it, and he loves mediation. In fact, that's what we do after he retires. So my position is that a judge, a learned judge, can decide factual issues, elements of the civil offense a lot better than a jury can. So there are certain cases that a judge can do a great job in a civil trial. Thank you.
If the candidates would like to take a minute to wrap up what they've said here today, you're welcome to. Otherwise, shift it back over to Ed. We can start with Mr. Jacobs, would be first.
I'll wrap up real quickly. Thank you all.
Just want to thank you all for coming out here. Thank you, Ed. Can't help but admire his zeal to get more and more people involved in our political process and get to know more about our candidates, and so that everyone can make an informed decision. Just want to thank Ed and the staff, and thank you for being here.
I also want to thank Ed and Ardor and everyone who came here today. I can't tell you how much we appreciate the fact that you have such an interest in this heated and fabulous race. So thank you for being a part of the forum. I would again reiterate, there's only one way to truly know how a person is going to be as a judge. We can stand in front of you and we can tell you anything that we want to tell you. There is only one way to know for sure, and that's to come and watch. So come on down. I am there every day. I am on the bench every day, and I invite you to come to my courtroom. You want to know how I do the job? I'll show you how I do it. And I hope that you will. I've had a lot of court watchers since I started talking about this at doors. I probably have 2 or 3 every day. And I welcome you to come and to make your own decision. You be the judge.
Thank you, Ed, and thank you to all of you who came. I think I pretty well told you the reasons that I think I'd like you to consider me for this job. I look forward to other of these forums over the next few weeks until November, and I won't take up any more time. Thank you.
I also would like to thank everyone for being here. Thanks, Ed, for putting this on. Art, wherever you are, our distinguished panel for coming up with some great questions, and thank you once again for being here. I appreciate it. Hopefully I've made some of you want to go into the polls and vote for me come November. Thank you very much.
I think we should give Mr. Shaprinsky a round of applause for what he did. In the 30 years, almost 30 years that I've been an attorney, this is actually one of the best forums that I've seen. So this is really great. The questions that were put to us are really great questions. And of course, there are the questions that I submitted, but I think that, see, I got my questions turned out. But I think it's a great thing. So I hope that people learn something about the candidates, because we're all different. We're all qualified, by the way. Regardless of what that poll said, we're all qualified. We've been practiced for 5 years, and we're in good standing, and we uphold the Constitution of the state of Michigan and the federal Constitution. So I hope you learn something. And one of the things I want to leave you with again is the district court is a court, people's court. There we deal with people who are poor, who are rich, and all in between. There are people there who are there for the first time or numerous times. But the one thing you have to be is to be able to read the person in front of you and make a quick assessment as to what that person has done. Do I release this person on bond, PR bond, or a $100,000 bond? Do I lock them up, or whatever I do? This is the type of experience you want in a judge. And you don't want a judge that's going to say, oh, your dad owns a grocery store, so you need a home or PR. Oh, you work down at 12 you bag $100,000 bond. That's not fair. You want a judge that's going to take the patience of time, be fair across the board, and take the time to make sure that everybody's treated equally. That's what you need. It's the people's court, not the attorney's court or the judge's court. Thank you.
Likewise, I'd like to thank everyone. As I started out, this has been an education for myself through this 6 months of campaigning door to door and talking to people, and I appreciate the forum. I encourage hopefully the Bar Association to do similar types of forums, and most importantly, whoever becomes judge, circuit, and district, to use that opportunity to likewise educate folks coming before them. As I tell my students likewise, that education, the more we can have of it, the better we are. And we need judges that will educate people when they come into the courtroom. I just leave with you, as I said when I started this campaign back in January, I'm running on my 30 years legal experience in my community service, and you judge for yourself. Thank you.
Thank you, Larry. And thank one and all for attending. I very much appreciate the community support that you showed. I want to thank all the candidates for attending. I mean, that's a real show. Okay. Right. There should be a note made here that the two candidates you see before you, Harry Gill and Carol Nichols, they're up for election in November home. That's because only two of them filed for a Bill Practice who is retiring. And that left the vacancy. But since there's only two to go through the runoff, then both of them are presumably going to win in August. So let's give these winners a hand. Are you sure of that? Well, I really have to file suit because I think you have to put them on the ballot so you have write-ins. I mean, all these people are going to write in my name. You're disappointed in her? Actually, no, I'm glad I wasn't on the candidate. We have such